Were you concerned at all about Trouba hearing from player safety today?
No, I wasn't really, from what I saw. So,
What was your assessment of the play?
well, it was a play in the slot. Obviously, a greater player is Sid is. He does a lot of twisting and turning and spinning away from guys. And Trube went to play the puck, and his elbow got up a little high on him. But there was no intent. There was no, he wasn't trying to hurt anybody or wasn't running people through the glass. That's for sure.
Is Tyler Mott a possibility to play tomorrow?
I think so, but I'm not sure. I got to check with the trainer. I know he had his first full practice today with us, and everything looks good. So I'd say he's a game time decision, but again, I got to get a clearing from the doctors and the trainers before. But today was a good first step.
And how did Lindgren bounce back from all the work yesterday? How does he feel? How does Lindgren feel?
Lindgren?
Yeah.
Today's an optional skate. Obviously, he wasn't going to skate today, so I think he feels fine. He should be, not concerned about him ready to go tomorrow.
Hypothetically speaking, if you were to get Mott back, what kind of boost would he give?
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, I mean, obviously his speed, his penalty killing, and a defensive player. He'd be a big help for our club, definitely.
You're gonna go in tomorrow, regardless of how Sid is. Trouba's gonna be public enemy #1. Is he the kind of guy that you think can handle that just fine?
I don't think it bothers him one bit. I mean, he plays his game the way he plays his game, and again, Troubs ain't out there to hurt Sidney Crosby. That's not our goal. Our goal is to play physical hockey, and it was an unfortunate play. So I mean, there's no intent to hurt anybody out there.
Did you feel like that was his best game of the series last night? He was on the ice, I think, for all 5 of your guys' goals.
Trouba?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he plays solid every game for us. I mean, he plays big minutes against the best players. So last night he scored a key goal, obviously, and that was huge. But I think he's played good all series long.
Goes without saying, if Sidney Crosby can't play in Game 6, it impacts the game. How does it impact your team?
It doesn't affect us. I mean, it might make some of our guys that got to play against him a little more confident, but they're going to put up Malkin up there. There's another great player coming at you. So, no, it's obviously Sid's one of the best players in the world, that he's been for a long time. And if he doesn't play, it's, definitely we're going to play our same game. We're not going to change nothing. I mean, we try and contain him as much as we can when he's on the ice. If he's not there, it probably helps a little bit. But, again, we can't change what we're going to do.
Do you think that could open up a little bit for Mika and Kreider if he's not there? Because a lot of the matchups.
Yeah, and they played most of the shifts against him, as you've seen, and it definitely opens things up for them. They're probably thinking a little more offense now than a little bit more defense, and you get away from your own game a little bit. But
what do you like from yesterday? You hope can carry over to a game on the road?
I like the way everybody had a lot of intensity and played hard. Everybody competed. It wasn't 3 or 4 or 5 guys. It was a team effort, and everybody battled hard.
Do you care at all to revisit 3 and 4 with them the last time you guys were there, or is that in the playoffs you just don't look back at all? Just reminding them of some of the things that went wrong.
The last 2 games there? No, it's, what, the quicker you forget your last shift or your last game, the better off you are. So we're going to go in there, get ready to play an important game, and play better than we did last time in there. So I don't put a whole lot into the last time we played in there, and that's what I tell my players after each period or after each shift. It's not what you've done before; it's what you're going to do tomorrow. So look forward to your next shift.
Igor today, we found out Hart finalist. Wanted to get your thoughts on that, and also just obviously 3 and 4 didn't go as planned for him. Like, what do you think now is the key for him to turn that around in Game 6 there?
I'm not one worried about that. Like I said, the games in the past are nothing. Like, we're 3-2 right now. We got to go in and win another game in our building. So we don't worry about the past. You go in there, you prepare yourself to play, and on the Hart Trophy, obviously he's had an outstanding season, and it was great to see him get that honor today as one of the 3 candidates. And just keep doing it and keep playing well and working hard. And they're all great, but he wants to win playoff games right now, so that's on the biggest thing on his agenda. So. But it's an outstanding season. We're all very proud of him, and it's well deserved for him.
What have you learned about Filipino this season?
I really liked him. As I said, the last month and a half, 2 months, when we had our chat about being more competitive, and Phil's always got skill and talent, but we want to be more competitive. And it's not just Phil; it's the line. And the kids are more competitive. They're playing hard. They're, sometimes as a coach, you're looking at your players and you don't realize they're 22, 21, and 20. And I knew that, but when you hear it last night and somebody's talking about it on one of the ESPN or whatever it was, it sort of says, they're really young. And that's what makes you happy about them. I mean, as a coach, I don't put the age into it. I put how they're going to play those games, and that's the way I've always been with them. But when you hear it like that last night and saying, your oldest guy in that line's 22, 21 and 20. So they're playing great hockey, they're having fun, and we just got to continue to do that. But I'm really happy with all three of them. They've taken big steps this year.
Do you feel like they've earned more responsibility over the course of the series? And I mean, one of the things that, I mean, at least from an observing standpoint, looks like is maybe because of the face-offs, Hedo's numbers aren't great in the series. Maybe defensive zone draws you might want to stay away from, but do you think you can find more spots to work them in?
Well, I'm coaching to win the game, and like I said, they've played 14, 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Just keep playing better and keep getting the trust of the coaching staff. I like all three of them. They're doing a good job. But again, it's all about team winning, and they don't care if they look at their minutes and it says 8 minutes. As long as we win the hockey game, that's what it's all about right now. And again, they've been outstanding in the playoffs, so I'm real happy with them.
It's not a traditional third line that you would see on the playoffs. It's more like a bunch of young guys who could be a first line in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but from what you've seen from them, are they playing the role of the third line in a way too? Because they are aggressive. They are unfortunate?
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at some teams around the league, and third lines, or most coaches like to get a third line that can score some goals and put the puck in the net with some skill. And then you got other teams where you got your Barkley, Goodrows, your Mott, and those type of guys are your third line guys that can go and check against anybody in the league. So the makeup of our team is, I'm really happy with it right now, and those guys are playing well. So that's what we have available, and it's been really good for us. Those kids are playing really well together, and again, 3 weeks ago that wasn't probably going to be our third line, but then all of a sudden injuries happen, and you make the best of what you got, and the kids been outstanding.
Can you talk about the impact or inspiring play of Lindgren last night for Brian?
It was huge. I mean, from the first shift on, from killing that 5-on-3 penalty, right off the bat, he did a great job, and he was outstanding all night. And his leadership, his character, blocking shots, everything we talk about him all season long. Unsung hero, there's no doubt.
Was he lobbying, or was he pushing to try to get back in there? Was he knocking on your door?
He was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the way it goes. I mean, those guys want to play, and we got to make sure they're ready to play and healthy enough to play and do a job. And again, this time of the year, a lot of guys are bumps and bruises, but he found a way to sit out, and it was frustrating for him, but he had to try and do the right thing for him to make sure he's ready when he can come back, and so that's what happens.
All right.